LMK Floors provides sales of floor coverings, blinds, and countertops for a variety of home and business projects. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. LMK Floors, now open at 110 East Main Avenue in Chewelah. LMK means let me know. More information about LMK Floors can be found at lmkfloors.com or by calling 509-936-9099. KCHW would like to thank LMK Floors for their support of public radio in Stevens County.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Good afternoon, everybody. Late afternoon, early evening, whatever you want to call it. We are here for About the Arts, a special edition. We're doing them a week late this month because we have a new installation at the Trails End Art Gallery. This month's guests, we have Gail Johannes and Margo Sety. Good morning, ladies. How are you doing?
Hi, Chuck.
Welcome. I've got a little round of applause for you. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, welcome to the show. So you guys are doing a little something different with Tim over there. You have a late coming installation. Is it really late or is it really early?
Are you optimistic or pessimistic?
I'm a glass half full kind of guy, I think.
No, actually, it's just off by about a week because Tim had a previous setup that just wasn't able to be put up. And we are kind of the last minute gals.
Gotcha. Hey Gail, can you raise that mic up front up? Just you need your mouth right in the middle of that thing on the side of it.
How's that?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird mic. Mine, I talk in the end of it. Yours, you need to talk in the middle. See how here.
Got it.
There we go.
How about that?
There,
means don't do.
Yeah, talk a little bit lower into it, like right when I said it. There you go. Perfect. There we go.
So my nose is touching it.
Exactly. And it kind of covers your face, which doesn't really work for camera.
That's
but,
really okay for me, though.
No, you have a beautiful face.
Oh.
So you guys are getting your installation in now. So tell us a little bit about what you guys have on display over there.
Go ahead, Margo.
Well, I think there's just about everything. I think we have it covered. We have landscapes, we have birds, we have flowers, we have a chocolate cake. We don't have a chocolate.
I want chocolate cake.
Well, there's wine. Tim always has wine, but that we didn't paint any wine. But I think we pretty much have the subject matter covered. So can I say there's something for everyone there?
Absolutely.
All right, there's something for everyone there.
No, I'm sorry. Were you going to say something?
I was just going to say it is a little bit of a unique show in that Margo and I are primarily watercolorists, and a lot of times our work is finished a little bit differently with matting and simple frames, and it gives a really nice airy look to a whole bunch of paintings that you only get when you have a show like that.
Very nice. So both of you are displaying watercolors.
Watercolors and acrylics and pastels and finger painting. No, not really
Nice.
finger painting.
Hey, I've seen some magic done with finger painting. I mean, not from me, but from other people.
Yeah.
Not saying we didn't use our fingers. I'm sure we both did.
We just don't lick the brushes or dip them in our coffee cups. So
Why not?
Cadmium.
Cadmium.
cobalt.
I like those cadmium eggs on Easter. The cream-filled ones. Those are great. One of my faves. So are you guys? Is this a collaboration that you guys are working on stuff together, or is it showing your own individual pieces?
Well, we've been collaborating as friends for many years in terms of just similar interests with producing art. And probably one of the reasons Tim approached us is we both are accustomed to hanging shows and are able to pull together, a fair amount of work without too much pre-planning. So as far as it being a collaborative, I guess it was just what I had available and what Margo had available. We had about 2 weeks to really solidify stuff, which is not much time if you haven't been planning it. So
Right.
but I think he knew that we could do it, and I really appreciate that about him, that he had confidence in us to pull this off.
Outstanding. No, Margo, I know you are a longtime resident of the area. Well, not long time, but the few years you've been alive. Now, Gail, are you? I know we hear your name tossed around a lot, but I don't see you as often as I see Margo. Do you live here in Chewela?
I live in Chewela. I'm retired, and I just don't spend a lot of time tooling around town. But I live here. I've lived here since 2009.
Okay.
And
So yes, then awesome.
1 year less than Margo's been alive.
Yep, exactly.
1 year
She's
less,
good
yeah.
at math as well.
Yeah,
She's a
since
talented
2009.
artist and amazing mathematician.
Right?
Yes.
Sounds like it. Seems about right. Were you about 20?
Yeah.
What does that make you about? No, about 16, 17?
It's okay to round things.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, sure.
We'll go 20.
Okay.
Just to be safe. Well, 21, because I have seen you out drinking.
Be amiable, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so I've got a few images here, and can you guys see over there where you're at?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now, let's go ahead and our viewing audience will be able to see some of these. Now, let's, if I can scroll all the way over to them. Now, this is a beautiful, for people listening, not watching, it's a beautiful waterfall scene with a serene lake. Tell us, who did this one here?
I did this one. This is an acrylic. It's 20 by 20. And it's a national park scene from somewhere. It's a composite that I just kind of made up, reference different things to get an idea of relationships. And yeah,
Well, it's very beautiful. So
thank you.
I love you. I see that little bit of mist as the waterfall is coming down there. Very nice. I love the sort of mist fogginess in the mountains. It's very beautiful.
Light is really key in artwork. The contrast, the light, the dark, having the different textures, the soft and fuzzy and the sharp and crisp, makes a lot of contrast.
Absolutely. Now, is this a specific location? Is this somewhere we can go see?
No, it's a national park somewhere. That's what I was saying. It's a composite that I just kind
okay.
of put together. So I can't direct you in any particular park.
That's fantastic. Do you do a lot of artwork of
Out of my head.
out of your head? Or?
Yeah, I
Okay.
do.
You don't like sit in front of a park and paint a very specific mountain.
Not that much. That's Margo's gift right there. No, I am a photographer, and I take zillions of photos, and I often will use them to build a composite, like maybe 3 or 4 different photos of different things, and I'll use the different pieces to make a scenario.
So you'll look at the photographs as you're painting and kind of go along, or do you put those away once you get the brushes come out?
Yes, and no. It's a matter of getting scale, figuring out the composition, what's going to relate well. And then usually once you get it all put together, you can put the photographs away, because then you're working with the scene in front of you.
Yeah, especially probably once you get everything sketched out. And
Yeah. I'm not a big sketcher. I tend to paint directly
okay.
on the surface with just little bits of sketch here and there, but sometimes I have it all sketched out.
That was going to be my next question, so thank you for answering that already.
You're welcome.
It's like you could read my mind.
This really is a stunning piece in the gallery. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It is. I can't wait to go see it. All right, so tell us about this next one here. I love it's nice, bright, vibrant colors, completely different style here.
Yes, that's mine. It is also kind of a composite of, there's about just kind of every kind of art material on this piece that you could imagine. There's acrylic, there's collage, there's things that have been put on there and scraped off, there's gluing on top, there's, I'm sure, watercolor and whatever in there. It's the kind of deal where you just start messing with your materials, and then something starts to come of it and you go, this could work into a painting. And I call this one Canadian Aspens. I had just visited my aunt and uncles near Cranbrook, BC, and they had this gorgeous stand of bright yellow aspen trees. And somehow the aspens up there, I don't know, they must be a different variety, but they're a little bit different than ours. They're super vibrant, and I just took so many photographs of this stand of trees. So I didn't start intending to paint their trees.
Yeah.
But then I ended up pulling out those photos and going, okay, what does a stand of aspens look like, and can I convince people that that is what this could be.
Yeah.
And let's work this out so that it becomes a painting that is attractive to hang on the wall.
So I'm guessing that's sort of a fall scene with the orange colors. It's very beautiful.
Thank you.
Now, in the background, are those pine trees?
Well, Chuck, it's whatever you bring to the artwork.
Okay.
If you think pine, they're pines. If you think tamaracks,
Well, I love this style that it's very it's not abstract, but it's also not realism. What would you call that style? It's
I might call it abstract, but abstract. I mean, you can
kind of a
mash up any
chaotic
kind of those
realism?
descriptions. Yeah,
Is
you
that
can
a
mash
term?
anything with anything and put as many adjectives on it as you want. Chaotic, impressionism, maybe.
Ooh, there you go. I like that.
Generalized. I don't know.
I'll make a comment about it, because if the trees on the background on the left were not there, it would just be an abstract, beautiful color abstract. But because those trees are there and they identify as trees, it brings the viewer into the fact that it's a kind of a woodland scene.
Yes, it
So
does.
she guided us to look where she wants us to look.
Very nice. That's actually a very good point. Although I would recognize the bark of the aspen tree anywhere. It's got that very distinctive white, almost is it almost alder? Is it alder? No, what's
I
the one
confuse
that's
them.
Quaking asp, alders, a lot of
Yeah.
different birch, a lot of birch.
Yeah,
have
birch. That's the one
yeah.
I was thinking of that my wife is deathly allergic to.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yikes.
Not deathly, but pretty
Oh,
severely.
no.
It's weird. She has a weird thing when she's around alder trees. She can't eat fruit. It's a weird your body and your brain chemistry does weird things, and some allergies have cross things that don't have any relation to each other. It's an actual documented phenomenon.
So she walks up to my painting and sneezes.
Right.
I'll-
She can handle aspen, but not alder.
Wow.
That's what it is. That's why we had to leave Alaska. Alder trees
Wow.
everywhere. Yeah. Sorry, that was off topic. I need the shush stick.
Oh, where?
You guys
Here,
need
let
the
me help.
shush stick. There you go.
Got it. Covered.
All right, so let's take a look at this next one. This is a bird. I'm going to guess, based on the style, that this is yours, Gail.
Actually, it's Margot's.
Very cool.
It is. Yes. This one is a little 8x8 on paper, mounted on a panel and varnished. And it was from a photo my friend Sue sent me. And she had told me that this picture that she took, this photograph, would make a beautiful painting. And so she sent it to me. And then when I knew we got to do this show at the gallery, I went ahead and painted it up and kind of just surprised her with it. And so it's called Sue's Bird.
Mm-hmm.
And technically, I'm not supposed to do that without her permission as a photographer, but we'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine.
If it was a picture I took, I would be honored if you were to do a painting of it. What kind of bird is that? Is it a...
I think it's probably a crow.
Okay, I can see that, yeah.
But not being that knowledgeable about birds, that's one of the reasons I called it Sue's Bird. I looked up the Latin names. I actually looked up the Latin name for a crow, and I tried to say Sue Corvid. Sue. I tried to put her name in and name it a title that sounded Sue Latin Bird. Didn't work. So Sue's Bird.
Outstanding. Margo, I love you. I love the animation, but I need you to stay close to the mic.
Oh, sorry.
I love it. She's getting very excited talking about it. It's fantastic. All right, so this next one here. That's fantastic.
That's mine.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. I like to do occasional people that are more of a narrative than a rendition of the person. Mm-hmm. And the idea behind this is that she's planning her garden, not planting. She's planning. Mm-hmm. She's measuring with a little measuring stick.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And yeah, it's just kind of a gardening is a passion of mine. Big time waster or spender for me, and I like things that kind of relate to that. This is a watercolor, and this is an original that is mounted on a birch cradle board and then sealed with varnish, so it's archival, but It doesn't need a frame or it doesn't need glass on top of it. It just is very approachable.
Very nice. So this
Thank
is
you.
watercolor again.
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It has this sort of serene. I can hear the birds in the background and see the butterflies flying overhead.
That's the narrative part, is that tends to, I would hope it would bring somebody into the scene and feel like they were in her garden with her.
Right. So gardening is a bit. I know it's that time of the year again. People are starting to get their gardens ready. Probably still a little early, huh?
Well, it just
to
depends
plant?
on what kind of gardening you do. I'm a perennial gardener, and I also grow lots of dahlias, and I grow vegetables and berries and stuff like that. So I kind of have a garden year round. Right now, all of my hellebores are in bloom, which
Hey, watch what you say on the radio.
I know, which is a plant family that not a lot of people over here are that familiar with, but they start blooming in mid-March, even if there's snow. The blooms will push up through, and they are absolutely a breath of fresh spring air. And so right now, that's what I'm focusing on in the garden. And after we're done with this show tonight, tomorrow I break out my little greenhouse and start potting up dahlias to plant in the garden. So that was a
Nice.
long answer for a really short question.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, I love it. I love it. Yeah, no, we got a bag of strawberry plants from a friend that we need to either get in the ground, or there's another term. I'm not a gardener. There's another term she used.
Heal them in.
Heal them in. Thank you. I keep needing to ask her what on earth does that mean? I keep nodding my head. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Like I know what I'm talking about.
It's with your heel. It's just kicking a little trench, throwing them in, and kicking the dirt back on top of it.
That's my style of gardening.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's just to keep them from drying, the roots from drying out completely.
I know I'm planting them back where my previous strawberries were that I neglected and have died.
It's because you didn't use your heel.
I didn't.
And they leave a little tail of woe behind them, so the word is already spread. You may want to be careful planting
Well-
the same
Spot.
thing in the same place.
Well, that tale of woe has been long since covered by the other weeds that have overgrown it.
Oh, so now it's a horror story.
Right? It's a Stephen King
No,
novel
it'll
of
be
the garden.
okay.
I thought that was a cover crop.
Yeah,
Right? It's
Yeah.
mulch.
till it in,
It's mulch.
till it in.
Wow.
Wow.
So Margo, so I noticed we started this talking about watercolors, and
Yes.
then we brought on a photo of one of your paintings that's a little bit of everything. Now, is this going to be? Are there other styles of art there? Is it
There are some other things besides watercolor.
okay?
I'm sure Gail would agree. We're always looking for excuses to buy different and more art supplies. So, hey, if there's a opportunity to branch out into acrylic or pastels or paper collage,
Oh,
let's do it.
Murals.
Murals,
We were gonna talk a little bit about murals.
awesome.
So Margo, I do think this is the first time. Is this the first time I've had you on the show since you completed the mural on the side of Westhoff?
Yes,
I think it's a beautiful mural, by
thank
the
you.
Yes, it is.
way. Even you completed that last fall, correct? Yeah.
September.
Yeah, so I've seen even all through the winter. About I say about half the time I drive down the street, there's somebody sitting on that seat taking a picture
That's
of
great.
it. Actually, probably especially during the winter time when people are coming down skiing, they want that photo op. Do you have any other murals in store?
There's a couple that could happen
Yeah.
that just need to come together, I guess I could say.
Yeah. No more details. I
I mean,
can't
it
price
just needs
stuff
to
out.
move
I won't.
forward.
I won't.
Some of it's on me to come up with the design, or
Did you mention her mural next to the Yale Press?
Yes. Well, I didn't, but I was going to.
Oh, sorry.
No, that one's still, aside from the fact that it's absolutely gorgeous, and that I really love that it's sort of deviates from the standard, it's a little more abstract than a lot of our other murals, which I absolutely love about it. But it's kind of the miracle mural. It survived. What temperatures did that mural survive? I can't even imagine. Of course, it obviously survived the big Sety fire.
it did. Yeah,
No,
I know they just kept the water on it, and they just kept the water on the coffee shop, and that mural was about 2 weeks old at the time. So
that even,
and
yeah.
it didn't even bubble or anything, and that's just amazing. So thanks, firefighters.
That was one of those things, that the next day or I guess a couple days later when the smoke cleared and, you were able to drive down Main Street again, to look over and see that was one of my thoughts as a fire. I mean, obviously, of course, the store, but but that was one of my thoughts too. Is, oh no, Margo just finished that mural, and here it is getting burnt, and it survived, and it was just like this sort of, I don't know. I feel like that mural surviving that fire sort of gave the town a little bit of hope that, all was not lost. It was sort of this.
It was kind of an omen. It was kind of a sign.
It really was. It became this sort of symbol of it's okay, and then of course everything that, Jessica and Paul did over there with the temporary store and everything. It's just incredible stuff. So
Yeah.
It sure was.
And even to get the coffee shop. How long was the coffee shop closed?
Couple days.
2-3 days.
Yeah.
While they cleaned up some water
Clean
damage.
up the water and check everything out for structure. I think they had to, and then they could open. It's amazing.
Oh yeah. I mean, it did smell like a campfire for quite a few weeks afterwards, but but we can joke about that now, right?
Yeah.
I think it's safe.
At the time, I would have burst into tears, but now.
She's gonna hit me with the shush.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. You got to make sure you get the timeline right. For
Yeah.
Wow. So Gail, have you been showing anywhere else recently?
I had a show in Spokane. I think it was last year. Getting older, things start blending together. It might have been the summer before. I don't really remember for sure without looking at my calendar. But that, and Tim represents me, so I always have pieces at the gallery. And other than that, I submit pieces to juried shows nationally. Sometimes internationally. I submitted to a Canadian show. I wasn't accepted, but I find that kind of fun. So, yeah, when in earlier years, when I first arrived here, I hung a lot of solo shows around town at various coffee shops, and in Spokane at wine shops, and what are the beer places?
Breweries?
Yeah, thank you. But it really is a lot of work to mount a show. It's very time consuming. It's not the fun part of making art. And it takes a lot of physical effort to put things together. And especially now with the change of our economy, it's a really expensive undertaking, to just casually do stuff with the idea that you're just putting it up for basically people to enjoy. And you sell a few pieces here and there. But yeah, so did I say retired? That's kind of what I'm doing now, retired.
And I would imagine art supplies right now are kind of going through the roof as well.
Everything in my little world has really increased in cost. The wholesale framing supply now kind of has prices that reflect resale. I'm not resale, but retail prices, which is crazy,
Just everything.
It's hard to...
I paid $8 for a pack of hot dogs the other day. That blew my mind.
Hot dogs.
Unrelated, but yeah. Wow. So now we know, Margo, you're 21 years old.
Yep.
Now, how old were you when you started making art? Is this something you've done as long as you can remember?
Back when I was in high school, there were still art classes, art programs, and did a lot of drawing, charcoal sketching, and just a little tiny bit of oil painting and acrylic, but never any watercolor. And I didn't really branch into the watercolor end of things until I was, a mom with small children and working full time and trying to figure out stuff that I could do that would still let me do, the things that I had to do.
Yeah.
And I was a dental hygienist, and one of my patients had just retired from nursing. We had a lot of things in common with profession, and she was taking a watercolor class. And I said, "Oh, that sounds interesting." And that's where it started. I did a lot of photography throughout, and I had a small nursery, and so I started painting the photographs I took of flowers and whatnot, and it just went from there.
So was it sort of the subject matter that really attracted you to watercolor?
No,
or was it,
no, the wild and crazy life of a watercolor artist. You learn the basic ways that watercolor moves and the basic tools and techniques, and then that serendipitous thing that happens when you allow the paint to take responsibility for itself a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Happens with watercolor, not really with other mediums in my experience. It's a transparent, potentially transparent medium, and you paint from you save the whites, so you don't start out with the darks. You try to maintain as much light as you can in your
Yeah.
pieces, and then you add the darker colors and the darker shades. And if you mess it up, there are certainly ways that you can fix things. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's not a really easy medium to learn.
Right.
People that start watercoloring tend to try to paint like they would with acrylic, in terms of think of a paint by number thing. Well, this is a red spot, so I'm going to just paint this red and
Right.
this whatever. And it's more about letting the water and the paint move around and
'Cause it's
tilting
gonna-
gravity and all the magic that goes with it.
Because it'll bleed and it'll spread and
Yeah.
it doesn't stay. It
How
doesn't
much-
stay between the lines.
It doesn't need to.
Like me
Yeah.
when I try to write. I don't know. I don't stay between the lines. So it doesn't have any. So your switch to watercolor didn't have anything to do with it being easier to clean up with the kids around the house
No.
when you made the transition.
No. Kids, schmids.
Right.
No, actually, it was very portable. And I took classes right off the bat. I plugged in with the watercolor artist who was teaching Blanche and a few other women that were also retired. It tended to be something that retired people took on because they had time, maybe, that they didn't have before when they were full-time working and raising families. But for some reason, it worked out
Yeah.
for me
Very
to do
nice.
both.
Now, Margo, I know you are a multimedia artist. Do you have a favorite medium that you work with, or is that like asking you what your favorite breath of air was?
Well, the murals have been fun. I mean, they really have. It's amazing to think about when I was out there working on Westhoff's mural, how I was literally standing there thinking, gosh, all these skills I learned from watercolor or other painting things all apply to this painting on this wall. I mean,
Yeah.
they really did. And to start to make those connections between the mediums was kind of cool because they seem so different. But I have to say watercolor is my favorite. I just enjoy the challenge of controlling all the things Gail mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna bleed. Yeah, the water takes that pigment and grabs it and runs with it. But what you've got to learn is how to get it to do more of what you expect,
Yeah.
or learn to deal with it when it doesn't do what you expect. Is that where the learning happens? So I love the vibrancy of it. I love the all the things you can do with it, and I love you can throw other things in there. You can throw ink in there. You can throw pastel on top of it. You can use pencil. I mean, you can do a lot of things, and call it not officially call it, but kind of call it a watercolor. So I love that. It's easy to clean it up.
Yeah.
It's easy. You go wash it out with water. You don't need solvents and things like that. So
Yeah.
I think watercolor is probably my favorite.
Well, and like you say, to be able to add other stuff on top of it, like you can't do that with oil, or you can't draw with a pencil on top of oil. You can't, once you're done with that, that's pretty much what you get. And it can almost act as a base for just about anything.
Yeah, I mean it can.
And it's
So-
used that way. A lot of pastelists work with gouache and or watercolor as an underpainting material because it saves on the using up all their sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they get the color contrast down, and then they add fine tune on top of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have either of you ever taken up anything like sculpture work or anything outside of 2D painting, or is there anything else that's ever really sort of
I tried
Struck
pottery
you?
and I tried golf, and I didn't stick with either one of them.
pottery and golf?
Yeah, because I don't think I was that good at it. So I went, okay, I'm not good at that. Let's not do that anymore.
Margo has been a float. She has been a key person in building floats. She does 3D stuff.
Oh yeah, I do. That's right, I do.
Oh. Did you build any of the floats that are upstairs in the attic?
I built, if it's an animal or a character and it's upstairs, I most likely built it.
Okay.
I don't
okay.
think we have anything. Well, we might have a couple things left that were pre-me on the float, but yeah, if you've been upstairs, there's chickens, there's a horse, there's penguins. I mean,
Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like
Oh yeah,
upstairs in the
oh
attic
yeah.
here?
There's
Okay.
a snail. It goes
I've
on
seen
and
the
on.
snail.
There's flower. I didn't do the flowers, but anyway.
A
Yeah.
lot of it's under plastic. I haven't disturbed any of it, but some of the stuff that I can see,
Well, we should go peek sometimes. It's pretty
let's
funny
go,
up
yeah.
there. Pretty fun up there.
I tend to sometimes I go up there when I'm doing something else, and I marvel at the incredible pieces up there that are just not getting used.
Yeah.
An attic live show for KCHW.
Ooh, that would be fantastic.
Ooh.
And I know there's some groups that are bringing back, trying to bring back parades. The parade, like, what would you call it? Parade life. The parade. We haven't had a lot of parades in the last few years, and some folks are trying to bring them back. I know
Yeah.
we got a big 250 parade coming up.
That's great.
I don't know if any of those pieces could be reused for anything, but
I mean, we
That'd be fun.
saved them, so I guess we thought they'd make it back. We were pretty good recyclers in the float years.
oh yeah. So I'm sorry, I'm getting totally off topic here, but Chihuahua did have an actual float truck, right, or a big trailer?
Yeah.
Is that still around?
It's around. Yeah.
Does it belong to somebody, or does it belong to the parade folks, or
Yeah, it belongs to somebody.
somebody?
I didn't really, I didn't really concern myself with that stuff because the fun stuff was, grab the sawzall and start cutting up a hunk of foam, and
yeah.
then just get to sculpt something that was cool and people would enjoy, and that was really fun.
Absolutely.
And we had a great group of people that were just really fun to be around, and
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I think Gail's onto something there. I think it would be really phenomenal for an art show to bring some of that stuff down. And a lot of it people there's probably people that are full grown adults now that saw that stuff or maybe rode on a float parade with that when
Oh,
they were a kid
absolutely.
and would love to see that stuff again. And
That would be fun as an art in the park thing where people could have their pictures taken
With the stick, could be a
different- yeah.
fundraiser for somebody like
oh yeah, or a
you
pop-up
know,
gallery.
thinking
or,
of this Under the Sea benefit that I'm seeing advertised in Spokane, and why not have it somehow be not Under the Sea? Because we actually have Under the Sea stuff, but what kind of fundraiser could it be in a theme with all this stuff that comes out, and
Oh yeah,
get your photo with it, and anyway,
I could see that.
think about
I
that.
could see that.
we should
That'd be fun.
we should think about
We'll
that.
go up and explore and peek through that stuff someday. That would be a lot of fun. I love it. Sorry,
Yeah, it is fun up there.
we totally got off topic, but so your display here, it's going to be. Is it going? So it's going up now. The
It's up
display
now.
with
It's
the
up
Trails in Art
tonight.
Gallery.
Yep,
Perfect.
we're opening it up tonight.
And it'll be up through the end of May,
Okay.
which is, the conventional time for the 2-month hang.
Yeah.
And there'll be a first Thursday in May then that, is kind of like more official. We're calling this a soft opening
Yeah.
just because it's not quite on that Thursday. But it's great. The show has got a really light-hearted feel to it, in my opinion. Not that the subject matter is light, but it's just fresh and airy, and it feels a little bit like spring.
That's
It
perfect.
just seems like the time was just right.
Absolutely. So with the theme, is the theme spring, or is there a deeper sort of theme within a theme, or is it pretty much just light, airy spring feel?
Well, the title is The Best of Us. We just thought of a couple of different things to title the show. And not all shows are more than one person. Many shows are just solo shows or shows with artists of different media. But we kicked it around for a while and we came up with that.
Yep.
Just seemed appropriate.
The Best of Us.
The Best of Us.
I love that.
Thank you.
And that just the name kind of goes along with that sort of light, fresh, airy feeling.
And
It really does.
Tim just got so busy. He got into the whole thing so quickly. He churned out a beautiful poster, and it just hatched and grew to full size within a day or two, really,
As Tim does.
as Tim does.
He's really good at the posters.
Well, and
makes a beautiful poster.
he's really good with the curation. I mean, he really knows how to hang a show, and if you ask him details about it, he gets a little bit vague because it's kind of an art form and not something he can really put words to, but he knows what he's doing, and when he gets into hanging it, he kind of goes into another plane,
Oh, yeah.
And you can chat him up a little bit, but he's
I don't talk to Tim when he's hanging out. I just let him do his thing, and he's good at it, and he's in his happy zone.
And he did a nice job of hanging the show.
Absolutely.
I really think, and in talking with him about it, because he does a lot of talking about hanging shows and sort of his methods and his techniques, and I really do think that's his happy place. I think, I really think he enjoys it.
I think he loves having art surround him. He mentioned that sometimes he just gets a fresh coffee from the Yale Press and just, sits there on one of his pieces of furniture and just takes in his living room,
I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
I try to do that. I try to do that in my living room, but then there's always all the other clutter that sort of takes over that kind of makes it hard to see. So, but when the house is clean, that's when it's nice. That one day a year.
Celebrate it. Yeah.
Or when the best thing in the world is when you invite company over, you get the house all clean, and then at the last minute they give you that phone call. Sorry, something came up. I couldn't make it. And then you just sit there all by yourself, maybe pour a glass of wine and go,
why don't we do this all the time?
Right?
Yeah.
I love you, friend. Thank you for making me clean my house. I'll miss you, but yeah, this is nice. So, Margo, I asked Gail, do you have anything up and coming? Any other shows you're going to be hanging? Or
I will have a show at Yale Press, September, October.
Nice.
Of all new pieces, inspired by harvest season last year. So August and September of last year, I was just so enthralled with the plants and what they were producing, and the Swiss chard and the light coming through the colored stems. My hop plants were just gorgeous in the sunlight. And so I took so many photos, and I just planned to...
Whoops. Hold on, we have some technical issues. I see that.
You broke it.
There you go.
Thank you, Chuck. And I just have plans for painting all these paintings based on the bounty of that time of the year that we have around here. And inspired from my own and other people's gardens and trees and things.
Nice.
So September.
So I'm going to go back to gardening here. You grow hops?
Yes.
What do you do with your hops? Do you make beer?
I have made beer. My brother got me into making beer. To keep the long story short, he was in college and didn't have a place to brew it, so it was my house. Anyway, it was super fun. I loved it. I loved learning all the chemistry stuff about it. And he inspired the hops as well. He planted some hops at his house. And then I took some starts and planted them at my house. And we think we have Cascades, but not sure. But I just marvel at the plants because they're like, we had this little neighbor girl for a while. She's moved now, but she called it a fairy tale plant. She had some funny name for this plant because of how much they grow. She could literally come over the next day and then the thing would have grown a foot or two.
Oh, yeah.
So I just love the plants that climb up the back porch, but I don't really do anything with them.
I used to have a neighbor that grew hops on his back porch, and he built little trellises, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna grow hops. It'll be great." And I think by about the third year, he was out there cussing his hops, and they, like if you ever been in the South, they kind of grow like kudzu.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, they just kind of overtake everything within a half-mile radius. Not really, but.
Well, the satellite dish is also on the back porch, and about 3 times a summer, we'll sit down to watch a movie, and so you have no satellite. We'll go, oh, and go back and get the ladder and hack down the hops off the satellite. But, that's about the only problem we have with them.
I would name them so I could yell at them, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get down.
That's what I do. All right, guys. So, we're getting close to the end of the hour already. It's been a quick one. We still got a few minutes left. Is there anything else you'd like to tell everybody out there listening about what you got coming up, or what you've done in the past? Or
well, if you're not doing anything, come on over to the gallery tonight. We're going to be hanging out from 5 to 8, and just come and enjoy the sunshine and before everybody gets busy with their outside work, it's a nice little thing to do in an evening right now.
Absolutely. It is going to be a gorgeous day out. Or it's been a gorgeous day out
really
today.
Nice out.
And I do believe we have some nice weather up and coming still. Might get a little bit of rain next week, but
That's a good thing. We're not going to argue with any rain.
absolutely. I did hear a report that we're already getting a little bit of unseasonably dry weather.
Yeah.
Obviously, but a little bit of rain here and there will be a nice welcome change.
It'll be welcome.
Yeah.
Get those strawberries healed in
Right.
right before it rains.
Right, and thank you for educating me on that. I appreciate it. So yeah, absolutely. I want to thank you guys for coming on today. Really appreciate it. So you guys are going to be up until May at the Trails and Art Gallery
End
Through
of
May.
May through May.
through
Yeah.
the end of May.
Yep.
And again, the name of the show is The Best of Us.
The best of us.
That is fantastic. Well, go check it out, and you'll be there and see all your beautiful work. How many pieces do each of you have up? Do you know?
I think I submitted 42 pieces.
I think
Wow.
together we probably have maybe getting close to 70 pieces.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
I've seen shows with the community shows that didn't have that many pieces from a whole bunch of people.
Well, and when we had them all unloaded and stacked around the base of the walls and looked at it, maybe we should take some things out. And Tim says, no, this space will just swallow it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did it, put it all up.
As Tim does.
So, yeah, there's a lot to look at. One of my new pieces is actually an old hop farm with
cool.
with the old supports.
Nice. I've seen that. I love driving by. I don't know if it's still there, but there used to be one out driving north
Oh.
to Colville on the left.
Yeah.
Is that still there?
Off the highway,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, where they had the big
I think it's still
trellises.
there, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been fascinated how it's just so beautiful. It almost looks like you should have weddings there, with those hop sort of, the way they sort of swing on the supports going up.
Make kind of an art.
Yeah, like an archway. It's beautiful. I like it.
Well, thanks for having us.
Alrighty,
Really
no problem.
appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys for coming on. Again, Trails in Art Gallery till through the end of May. The Best of Us.
The best.
So thank you so much, Gail Johannes and Margo Sety, for coming on today.
Thanks.
You've been listening to About the Arts right here on KCHW 102.7. You can stick around in about an hour. Craig McQuain's going to be coming on for the Northern Beat Radio with his very special guest, Jay Scully from Jay Scully Hansen from White Trash Romeo. It'll be a really fun one. And then you can join us tomorrow morning right here on the KCHW Morning Show with our very special guest, Jimmy from Amplified Wax Studios. It's going to be a fun one. Stick around, everyone. You guys have a great one. It's going to be a beautiful day. And thank you so much for listening to KCHW 102.7, your Northern Lights Public Radio.
And now we return you to our regular scheduled program, In Progress.